Greetings, Brother Tom. Jan Johnson here. I so much enjoyed listening to your video and hearing all that you had to say. It's a joy to be in pastoral counseling with you. We've had a few classes together at this point and been on campus together a few times. So it's very, very nice to be in this class with you again. Looking forward to being in class with you in March. I've always found that you contribute so interestingly and positively to the discussions that we have. And it'll bring a pastor. You'll have a lot to bring to the discussion when we talk about topics in class in March. So it's very nice to be with you and to look forward to the interesting things that I know you'll have to add. I thought it was also interesting that you mentioned your interest in this class, that even though you're an experienced pastor, you're looking forward to what you can learn and what you can get out of it and how you can improve how you counsel people and what you have to say to people, and also learn about yourself. I think sometimes as a member of a church, sometimes you think, okay, pastors just know how to do this. They know how to talk to people. They know how to answer questions because you do it all the time. But you've made it. You obviously feel there's information to learn, and I'm sure that's true for all of us, for every pastor, and for everyone in the class. So that's really a good, wonderful observation, and I hope that you get out of the class everything that there is to get out of it. So good luck with that. Blessings with that. I was also very interested to hear you talk about your family. What a wonderful family. Your wife, who of course is the child of missionaries, and 4 children that you've raised together, all of whom work in the kingdom of God, are saved, live for God, work in the kingdom in various ways. And in the case of your oldest son and daughter, going to Bible college to increase their skills and to find a place in the kingdom. And I just can't imagine that there's anything more wonderful that can be said, for all of us, that our children live for God. My 2 sons also are saved and live for God and attend our church and work in the church in various capacities. And I don't think there's any greater blessing that I have in my life that that's true for my 2 sons. So I think that's wonderful, and it was really a wonderful thing to hear you talk about. I was also very interested in all the things that you do ministry-wise. Pastor, have 4 services a week, district presbyter and North American missions director. I know all of that, along with your large family, has to keep you very, very, very busy. And yet here you are, in addition to that, attending Urshan and finding time for classes and all the reading and all the assignments. I know you mentioned that you enjoy reading, which probably makes that a little bit better. But, I'm sure you live an extremely busy life, and yet you're attending Urshan and working hard in the kingdom to, have more to give back. So I just think that's wonderful and exciting, and so nice to hear. I know you mentioned that you minister in Connecticut. I'm sure I've heard that before. I found it very interesting because my parents grew up in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is right next door. After they were married, they spent some time in Connecticut. And so I spent time in the New England area all my summers growing up. And so I have a real heart for the New England area. I can't say I've ever spent time in Connecticut, but it's exciting to hear that there's thriving, growing churches in New England, and the gospel is being preached. So I just found that very interesting that that's where you're from, and right next door to where my family is from as well. I also found it interesting, kind of neat, that you and your daughter have hiked the Appalachian Trail. I've often thought what a neat thing that would be to do. Of course, I haven't had a chance to do it. I'd love to hear more about it, and maybe have some pictures to share when we get together in March. So greetings. I wish you all the best in this class, and I will talk to you in March, and God's blessings between here and there.